I wanted to do a quick breakdown of a nice roll I had yesterday with one of my best students. His name is Monty. He's actually a second-degree judo black belt. He's been training with me about a year now, so he gets around my guard. I start to get my frames in, but he's able to get his shin on there. He starts going for like a high side control, almost like north-south, but he doesn't quite have pressure on me, so I'm able to get up. I don't want him to get my head, protecting the back here. Don't want him to get any hooks in. He takes me down, tries to go around. I'm able to get my frames in before he can get some chest-to-chest pressure. He starts getting his shin in there instead. I invert and get out. Now I'm looking to establish some kind of guard, put my feet on the hips. Start thinking about setting up a butterfly sweep off of that. Belt grip. Here I went for a quick choke, but I didn't commit to it. I start getting my hand back in the collar though and see if I can off balance him and do a ambush choke here. It's pretty deep and my hands are well connected. He ends up tapping. So we go again. This time he's looking to get around. He's able to get around my legs, but there's enough space for me to get my legs back in. Going around again. But he's not able to get his chest onto my chest. Here he does. And so I gotta do a little side control escape. Okay, so I believe I have the underhook. Yeah. I end up switching to making a frame. Try to get up, he stops me. And then I'm able to establish a butterfly guard, use that to sweep him and get to mount. I go for a cross choke, but it's not quite deep enough and I'm not able to get really under his chin. I let go, start resetting, looking at maybe doing an arm bar. He's able to escape, gets on my back. I turn, get my frames in. I'm able to rotate underneath, get my head out. See if he can get my back. I'm able to stay on top, and he was not able to get hooks in. So I just worked my way of staying up on top of him, putting weight on him, and now I'm in the mount position again. In this roll, I wanted to see if Monty would reach. He's been working on that. He used to reach a lot. We've been working recently on some defensive discipline. And I think he did a better job from that reach. And here I'm looking for cross choke, S mount. He's able to bridge and get me off. But I do have the cross choke. However, both his arms are under my legs and I don't have any kind of guard. So I have to eventually let go. It was a pretty tight choke. And he gets around to side control here. I keep my inside elbow in good position so he can't get deep under my armpit. My top arm is doing a good job framing so he can't just get close and get my head or get an underhook. I get on my side and he gives me a little space, so I put the foot on the hip. He has to try to pass my guard again. I was thinking about setting up a collar drag, but ended up just pulling his gi over his head. So we just do a little reset. Try some spider, try putting the foot on the hip, but he ended up just kind of collapsing into my guard. Start to look for ways to get him off balance, maybe a flower or pendulum sweep, but I'm able now to get my hand in the collar. Look for that sleeve grip. Oh, maybe a choke. He knows I like that hip switch into back take, so he's backing away, and I can just reset. I gotta let go of that initial attack. Just look to regard. Gotta make sure you let go of the attack once it's failed and start to play defense and regard so he doesn't fully pass. Now I can start attacking again. I got a hand in the collar. He's hugging my hips, so try to look for ways to off balance him, but I ended up just trying to be patient and look for an opportunity. But he's hugging. Eventually he lets go. Look for the scissor sweep, the hip switch combo again. Nothing doing. Maybe I can get the arm. Oh, and the leg for a nice rollover sweep with the arm crossed. Climb to an S mount. Taking my time, look for a hand in the collar, looking for a choke. But he wasn't reaching. So we have to just start trying to expose things, maybe get him to expose his back here. But he went back to mount. That's something we talked about because he'd been giving up his back a lot and getting choked a lot. So I've been encouraging him to go back to mount and practice escaping again. Here he gave up his back again. Start thinking about bow and arrows, grabbing his leg. I'm able to get inside his arm. I have that in my hip pocket, but I think he recovered there. He's starting to lose his bursts that he had earlier. We did just have a full class, and it was mostly rolling. But over time, with enough pressure, there's not the same kind of explosiveness behind some of those big movements. And with good positioning, you'll almost be able to use them against them. Here, I just maintain the top position. Look to start to expose his neck maybe, but he does a good job of hand fighting. He's a good hand fighter. Work my way to mount where I want to be. Start looking at maybe a gift wrap. But again, just trying to see if he'll push or reach. Oh, there's a neck. Here, again, I couldn't really get it under his chin. We want to do this without being rough. Sensei Shanji always told me, you know, you don't want to bust a white belt's lip. You need to be able to do this clean, like a surgeon with a scalpel, not a lumberjack with a, you know, with a hammer, with an axe. Anyway, I let go, get back on top. Wasn't clean enough. So now, look to try it again. Oh, this is just a distraction. Trying to see if he'll start to reach, and you see I can get him thinking a little bit about it. But really, I just want to start getting him flat. Start getting my hand in the collar again. Keep him from escaping. That's something I'm still personally working on, is making my mount submissions way cleaner and effortless. What's nice is if you can keep the mount and keep weight, the pressure's gonna help you. You have gravity on your side. Here, I lost it. I thought I had a deep choke. I could have probably forced it, but I don't like doing that. I end up just getting an omoplata sweep right back into mount. A little more pressure. To get my hand in the collar. He lift the elbows. Yeah, so now he's not reaching, but he's still lifting his elbows. He's not keeping the elbows on his landmark 1 and being disciplined there. So I'm able to get inside, and now he's in this technical mount position, which leaves him vulnerable to these bow and arrow attacks. So he's kind of hand fighting there. I was keeping it loose there to see what would happen. This is another choke setup I did. It was very tight, but just wasn't quite there. So it's like I was going for the arm bar, but I didn't quite go for the arm bar. I was looking for the neck, and he was able to escape. Got his arm. He's looking to do some kind of flower sweep, pendulum sweep, but he's doing a really good job of keeping me from being able to do it with good body positioning. But here I'm able to get into an arm bar. I tried to invert underneath, but he did a good job of stopping me, and I just didn't have that mobility there at that moment. So we just go back. I have the arm, a little modified Shanji sweep, flower sweep, rollover sweep, whatever you want to call it. But the arm is crossed. So we go right into it, and it's deep and it's tight.
I didn't want to do it, but that was crazy. That three attack at the same time one, that was amazing. The what? You were threatening that arm bar, and then you came in with the choke, and went to a different choke, in like 5 seconds. I didn't know what to do first. That's good.